This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of September 11th, 2023. This is a gear shift week. It's a turning point week. This is a week when we take a lot of information and thinking and influences that we've been dealing with, coming across, encountering for weeks, and listen carefully, move forward on them. Yes, Mercury stations direct on the 15th, but it's going to take a few days to feel like he is moving again, like communication log jams and slowdowns are actually starting to speed up. But this is the moment when things start to shift. Know, going into this, that because of his direct station, there will be, this week, frequently the sensation that we're suspended in time, or that we're living momentarily outside of time. Scale your expectations back for how quickly things are going to move ahead this week. Know that pretty soon life is going to get very, very fast. This is a good staging week. It's a wonderful staging week. The start is going to encourage you to do something that is slightly outside your comfort zone. Look at something that you haven't wanted really to look at. Act on something in a different way. Say something that maybe you hadn't dared voice. That's really just a minor detail. And the big action of the week is all about details. We have a Virgo new moon, Mercury ruled, Mercury in Virgo, stationing direct after his retrograde, a Virgo new moon on the 14th in a round robin of energy with Jupiter and Uranus and Pluto all in Earth, expanding our resources, expanding our awareness of our experience down here on the ground, calling for and benefiting, really paying attention to tangible, practical, material aspects of your life and setting new intentions for how they could be run more efficiently, more productively, more better. Now let's use the proper grammar here, how they could be run better. The new moon is occurring where Mercury kicked off his retrograde journey on the 23rd of August, and it is a point of implementation of whatever it is you've been dealing with and learning during that retrograde time. And yes, the outer planets are all retrograde, and yes, all kinds of people all over social media are making a huge to-do over, oh, everything's retrograde, there's so many planets that are retrograde. The real impact on life down here on a daily basis comes from retrogrades of the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. We're done with the Venus retrograde. More about that in a second. Mars is just trundling ahead, no obstacles, and Mercury is now stationing direct. And it's time to take what you've dealt with, what you've seen, what you have encountered, and weave all that into your new moon intentions for this Virgo new moon on the 14th. What have you been tripping up on? What have you in your life been shown that it would really benefit you to reorganize, to structure in a different way, to set up with different boundaries, to rework in terms of your schedule in order of priorities? This is the time to make your decisions based on your own health, your own sanity, your own well-being on all levels, but big emphasis on the physical. I've already mentioned that the moon is in this round robin of energy with all of the outer planets that are in Earth signs as well. And on the 15th, the day after the new moon in most parts of the world, the sun itself completes the trine to Uranus and liberates each of us personally. In some way, we get to look at our lives differently, change our perspective and attitude about who we see ourselves as being. This is an enormously freeing moment. So please look at, walk into, embrace this Virgo new moon as a time to set your boundaries up so that they support you. Set the details of your life up in a way that makes your life easier for you. Now, how's that for a concept? And as we're coming out of this, Venus, goddess of all we value, still in Leo, weeks clear of her recent 6-week retrograde, is in a square to Jupiter that says more, more, more. Venus and Jupiter are both influences of indulgence. Venus in Leo thrives on attention, being in the spotlight, getting validation. A big theme of her retrograde this summer was you accepting your own spark, your own right to shine. You're allowing yourself to acknowledge and validate yourself. Huge uptick in self-worth. And this Venus-Jupiter square encourages going for the moon, asking for what you want, going for broke, moving through the world, not just with the assurance that you're supposed to be here, but with the expectation that you get to have what you want. Now, I don't mean in some magical thinking way like that scene in the old movie The Secret where someone stares into a shop window at a beautiful necklace and then suddenly it shows up on her new. This is more radiating an energy of course I should have what I need. Of course the world is fortunate that I am here. This is laying groundwork for eclipses that are coming next month. So level up your concept of your own worth, which includes having your daily routine set up in a way that supports you, that is efficient, that is easy, that doesn't trip you, and that is healthy. Pay attention to the details now because in a few weeks, you're gonna be riding on instruments. Homing thought of the week: how could I run my life more smoothly? Song of the week: Do Better by Say Anything. And the image of the week is a flow chart. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the Virgo new moon, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can also download my talk about the Aries Libra eclipses of 2023 to 2025. Sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I am talking about the astrology of current events and people in the news with Annette Dion on her Spirit Talk podcast on Tuesday, the 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern on her YouTube channel. Look for the link below. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host Lively Conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I remain extremely grateful to the people who support my work there. I'm on Instagram and Threads at K.A. Biehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.